And technical debt can be part of the application due to different reason. I mean, it can be due to the business pressure that we have to launch it as soon as possible. It can be due to the poor planning or prioritization. It can be due to poorly written code. It can be due to legacy issues that we are using old version of Python or Java or .NET or any outdated library. It can also be due to the lack of technical documentation that we have key documentation missing, and if new team members are joining or if they are leaving, so we don't have any base that we can set as the base. And then the lack of automation. So these are the things that I have seen over the time. And then there comes a stage that when the customer says that, or the tech team says that we have to rebuild this application, we can't further maintain or support this application. So this is very important aspect. You can't minimize, you can't eliminate tech debt, but you can minimize, you can manage it. And there are practices that a company can follow through that they can manage the technical debt. So if you are running into, if you really want to manage the quality over the time, tech debt is another area beside communication, agile, and everything that needs to be managed to ensure that we have a stable application on the day end.
Right, right. I completely agree. I think that sometimes we measure tech debt on terms of test coverage. Or we have low test coverage, then we have a lot of tech debt, which in part it is true, but I think that we're measuring the wrong thing there because test coverage is on a line by line of the code, right? But are we or we can have a green light on the release, but are we testing the right things? Are we actually testing what is the expected behavior of the application, right? So I usually use this example of, you go to the ATM, you ask for cash, you want cash, right? If it has a little bug or there are non-critical issues, they become less relevant to do I have the cash or not, right? Being able to test the right things becomes much more important. And I work on these projects where we had this both unreliable CI where, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red, and we don't know why. And we have all these tests that we're testing. When you start reading them, you realize we're not testing the expected behavior of the application, what the user expects from the application. Kind of refactoring all that to actually test that makes sense, right? Which it is aligned to what BDD does, right? You build the test first, but that's more about how we think about building the software. But what I'm talking about is making sure that we're testing the right things, right?
Yep, testing the right thing and also ensuring that we do have the right decision about architecture. Like if I'm building an application which needs to deal with a lot of data and that is having a lot of AI or algorithm, I can't choose a stack which doesn't support all the future updates or enhancement. So I have to be very careful in choosing the database, the tech stack, the programming language, and everything.
Well, that's true. Yes, the having solid foundations so you can build the future features.
Proof.
It's more important. Yeah, future-proof the application. Yes.